If you've ever worked food delivery in the United States, you know the drill. Friday night, midnight rush. That night started no different. I was clocked in at a franchise location just off Route 9 in upstate New York. Phones were ringing nonstop. Online orders were spiking. My manager was shouting ticket numbers over the hum of ovens. Then one order caught my attention. Large pepperoni, extra cheese, garlic knots, 2-liter cola. Total, $18.76. Tip, $50. High tips during a midnight rush usually mean one of two things: a generous regular or someone impatient who wants priority. The address wasn't familiar. I'd delivered in that suburb for over a year. I knew which houses stiffed drivers. I knew which ones tipped in cash. This one didn't ring a bell. Still, $50 is $50. I grabbed the insulated bag, scanned the order, and headed out. At first, everything felt routine. I even started talking to myself like I sometimes do on late shifts, complaining about gas prices, student loans, and how my car's suspension sounded worse every month. The GPS directed me deeper into a residential stretch I rarely entered. The houses grew farther apart. Streetlights thinned out. Mailboxes leaned at odd angles. Then the GPS glitched. Turn right, it said. There was no right turn. Just a chain link fence and a dark stretch of land behind it. The app recalculated. Arriving at destination. I slowed the car. The destination was a vacant lot. I parked along the curb and checked the house number again. 1428 Willowbrook Lane. The mailbox on the curb read 1426. The next visible house down the road was 1432. Where 1428 should have been, there was nothing. No driveway, no porch, no house, just an empty rectangular lot surrounded by temporary fencing. Overgrown weeds swayed in the wind. A faded real estate sign had fallen sideways into the dirt. Construction debris littered the ground, splintered wood, charred brick fragments, broken concrete. It looked like something had once been there. I double-checked the order. Still active, still paid, still showing the same address. I tapped Contact Customer. It rang and rang, then went to voicemail. No outgoing message, just a mechanical tone. I texted, "Hi, this is your pizza delivery. I'm at the address but don't see the house." No reply. The weird part? The app still showed the little delivery pin floating exactly in the center of the empty lot. Out of curiosity, I opened Google Street View. The most recent image, dated yesterday, showed a house. 2-story colonial, white siding, black shutters, small porch light by the door. I zoomed in. The house clearly existed in the Street View image, but in front of me, only weeds. I stepped out of the car. The night air felt wrong, not just cold, heavy, soundless. Even suburban nights usually have distant dogs barking or highway noise. Here, there was nothing. I walked toward the fence. That's when I heard it. A doorbell, clear, electronic, ding-dong. It came from inside the empty lot. I froze. There was no structure inside the fence, no door, no porch, but the doorbell had been unmistakable. I stood still, trying to rationalize it. Maybe a neighbor's house, maybe an echo. Then my breath fogged. The temperature dropped so suddenly it felt like someone had opened a freezer door. The hairs on my arms stood up. And that's when I saw it. For just a second. A faint outline in the air, like heat, shimmer but inverted. The silhouette of a house flickering in and out. Walls, windows, the faint glow of a porch light. Then gone. Then back again. It wasn't solid. It was like a projection misaligned with reality. The doorbell rang again. Closer this time. My phone buzzed. Delivery marked as customer waiting. I hadn't touched anything. I stepped closer to the fence, heart pounding. I don't know why. Curiosity? Shock? Stupidity? Through the empty air, where the front door should have been, I heard something else. A voice, muffled, desperate. "Please, just hurry." It sounded like it was coming from inside a house that wasn't there. I stumbled backward. My phone screen flickered. The order updated. Customer name: Daniel Harper. Something about that name felt familiar. I got back into my car and locked the doors. My hands were shaking. I searched the name on my phone. Daniel Harper. The first result wasn't a Facebook profile. It was a news article, dated October 2024. Local man dies in late-night house fire on Willowbrook Lane. The address? 1428 Willowbrook Lane. The article said the fire started shortly after midnight. Neighbors reported hearing a smoke alarm, but no one saw flames until it was too late. By the time firefighters arrived, the house was fully engulfed. The homeowner, Daniel Harper, had been inside, alone. There was no confirmed cause of the fire. I felt my chest tighten. The timestamp on the article, 12:18 a.m. I checked the time on my dashboard. 12:14 a.m., 4 minutes before the recorded time of death. My phone buzzed again. A notification from the delivery app. Order updated. Driver arrived. I hadn't pressed it. Then something else bobbed up. A media attachment. I don't know how it got there. The app doesn't allow customers to send audio, but there it was, a 12-second recording. I pressed play. Static. Then a frantic voice. Hello. Yes, large pepperoni. Please hurry. I smell smoke. The recording cut off. My ears rang. The order status still showed active. And even more disturbing, the app still allowed me to press complete delivery, like it was expecting the transaction to finish. I looked back at the lot. For a split second, the flickering house reappeared. This time, I saw movement in the upstairs window, a shadow pacing. The porch light blinked rapidly, and I swear I saw flames behind the curtains. That's when survival instinct finally kicked in. I put the car in reverse and pulled away fast. As I drove, the GPS recalculated again and again, trying to route me back. Make a U-turn. Make a U-turn. Make a U-turn. I shut the app down. When I reached the main road, I glanced at the passenger seat. The pizza box. The top of it was blackened, not just warm, charred, like it had been held over open flame. I hadn't smelled smoke in the car. There was no heat damage anywhere else, just the box. When I got back to the store, my manager said I'd been gone almost 40 minutes. According to my phone, it had been 12. He checked the delivery logs. The order? It didn't exist. No Daniel Harper. No $50 tip. No 1428 address. But the charge was still pending on the store's transaction history, and the GPS history in my car showed something even worse. It showed my vehicle never left the main road. According to the data, I had never driven into Willowbrook Lane at all. The next day, I went back in daylight. The lot was still there. Empty. No sign of recent construction. No visible burn debris. Just dirt and weeds. I knocked on a nearby neighbor's door. An elderly woman answered. When I mentioned 1428, her expression changed instantly. She closed the door halfway. That house burned down, she said quietly. Terrible night. I asked if anyone had rebuilt. No one would buy the land. Why not? She hesitated. Sometimes, she said, delivery drivers stop out front late at night. They sit there for a while. My throat went dry. And then, I asked, they leave. She shut the door. I quit delivery a week later. But here's the part that still keeps me up. Last month, out of morbid curiosity, I reinstalled the app. I didn't log in. I just browsed the customer interface. You can search by address before placing an order. I typed it in. 1428 Willowbrook Lane. The system auto-filled it, like it was a valid, active residence. I didn't complete the order. I didn't dare. But at exactly 12:14 a.m., my phone buzzed. A notification from the app. Even though I wasn't logged in. Driver is arriving. I don't deliver pizza anymore, but sometimes when I'm lying in bed past midnight, I hear it. A faint electronic chime. Ding dong, and for a moment, I smell smoke.